Oh. All righty. What's going on, everyone? This is the Nerd Informer with another episode, and today we're going to get into quite a few things. We missed talking about Loki in the last episode, so we definitely want to get into that. There's a couple other things I want to get into, but I think we're going to start off with that today.
I ain't doing it. I don't want to do it.
It was cringeworthy, not cringeworthy.
I don't want to talk about it.
It was more or less that I felt like I was watching a regular episode.
Well, that's kind of what I said. Like, I thought it was more of just like a regular episode and not a season finale.
Definitely did not seem season finale, even with Kane.
The one thing that I didn't notice in the end, when he came back out and was talking to Morbius and they didn't know who he was, he went into an alternate
timeline off of that at the TMV.
Yeah. So I guess
or
when she killed,
TVA. Sorry,
I guess when she did you say MTV?
I said MT. I did say MTV, didn't I?
Did you say MTV?
TVM or something? Wow, TVA. It's been a long day. Trust me.
MTV is like for beans and
man. But I gotta say, yeah, that as it was so cool to see like that reaction from Morbius, like on how he like who was Loki to him. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
they had no idea, or they had no idea who he was. So that was cool. I don't know the way they did it. See, one thing I don't understand is this is supposed to be Kang the Conqueror, but I don't think it's this is not the variant that is Kang the Conqueror. Like, this is a different variant.
Definitely not. It's a nicer version of him.
Yeah. So there's apparently in the comics there's 7 versions of them.
Yeah.
And
are they all 6 of them bad, or is it?
I don't think so. I think that there's just random different ones. And then there's this one, and then Kang the Conqueror, he's the one that wants to take over Earth, and he's the one that supposedly conquers all the planets and stuff.
He can absorb like he can absorb pretty much planets and like galaxies.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it. I don't.
But in a way, in like it has to be a suit. It's a suit that's doing it, I think.
All of the animations that I saw, he has this like crazy Thanos type suit on.
I can't wait to see what he looks like and the demeanor, like on how he would act as an actual villain. That guy, like, it's kind of cool that they saw him. Like, I understood it. Like, at first I didn't like it, as in like, well, he's just kind of like a jokester.
Right.
He didn't feel like the part, and I understand it. Like, he didn't feel like the part because of like everything to him is a joke because he already knows what's going to happen.
Yes.
So he has that mentality of like, it doesn't matter what you do, I already know your next move. When they tried killing him, so like knowing that after the show, because at first I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, I don't really get it.
I think it was basically the end was the beginning of the war, the multiversal war that's going to take place. Like, that was setting up all the timelines, and then in the end you kind of see all the timelines break up, and
which was fucking awesome. Like,
which was cool.
I like seeing that because I just knowing that like Iron Man's coming back. There's Black Widow.
Well, there's gonna be different versions of them, which I wonder how they're gonna use them. I mean, they're gonna be alive, I guess, but maybe not necessarily used. I don't know. Because the first Kang the Conqueror big role is going to be in Ant-Man,
which I can't wait to see how that plays out. Like, is Ant-Man going to go into the multiverse, as in like, is he going to
I think
quantum realm?
Yeah, I think it all kind of takes place in the quantum realm. But I don't know. It's going to be cool to see.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I wonder if they're going to use like Morbius and more.
That's one. Gotcha.
No, actually, it's my second one, but I did it before we started.
Before we started recording. I need a yawn counter on camera.
Yeah. Dude, we need to buy the Elgato, like the buttons.
Yes.
The control, so you can just tap that every time.
Every time I'll count your yawn. I'll just do like a
next one. You're tapped out. We're kicking you. It's just me.
Yeah. One more, and I'm going solo.
Oh man, I don't know why. Like, I have to yawn again. What once it starts, I can't stop it. Like it's horrible.
You're gonna start napping before each recording.
I'm going to trust me.
Did you take your nap, little feller? Huh?
I did not. And fuck. Oh man.
Did him miss his nap?
A little bit. But it's gonna be cool. The direction, like they set themselves up for movies and shows for years.
Yes.
What they did is it could go any way in any multiverse, and we have to go along with it.
Yes.
Like not necessarily the show we're watching is the multiverse or the what we know as them. It could be just a different variant, we'll call them, because of there's so many of them now.
Right.
So that's gonna be fucking awesome.
They had a cool dynamic with Loki and Sylvie while they're trying to decide whether or not to kill him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And he told him, like, you know, I'll give you all the power that, you know, you can kill Thanos. I'll give you everything that you wanted. You can go back and be and rule Asgard.
For them not to choose that,
I know, which is weird.
Well, the thing is, like,
see, I feel like the old Loki would have chosen that,
hands down.
And that's why I think that's my whole problem with
maybe that's
series.
Not the real Loki.
Maybe, but that was my problem with this whole series is they made Loki look different than you would expect him to look.
Well, he never got into character with his costume.
Yeah, he never really gotten into the character.
And he could have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because when he's on these other planets, on the other moon,
he dried himself. He used yeah.
So they also hint that he's got a lot more power than he ever used. That he could use.
A really cool part where he showed his power is when that building was falling, or it was like and he fucking stopped it instantly and fucking threw it. Like showing that kind of strength and not using it at all throughout the whole show.
Yeah.
Besides that, to save them, it's pretty crazy. A lot of people now going back, I mean, with the alligator Loki, a lot of people are liking that alligator Loki now. I like the
alligator Loki.
Dude, do you know the shirts? I tagged you in it, I think, on Facebook. Do you know the shirts where it has like the little alligator symbol?
Yes, you did.
They now make a Loki version with it. It's an alligator symbol and it has the little horns, dude. I'm so buying that polo.
Oh my god!
Yes. I want to see if anyone notices. Like when
I'm gonna go golf in it and see if anyone ever notices.
Dude, I swear I tagged you in it. I don't know that brand that makes.
Oh, you did. I saw it.
Oh, did you? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna buy one. I'm probably gonna buy a couple of them. It's fucking hilarious. I really like that version of Loki, but I really wanted to see. I wish that the Thor. God damn it. It's number 4.
I'm gonna start getting a buzzard and just buzzer you every time.
It just out of nowhere, man. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just talking so much so quickly and I'm losing oxygen to my brain, so I need to breathe. I'm gonna go with that excuse right there.
You can't breathe and talk at the same time because you can't multitask to that little extent.
It's tough. Okay. I have to yawn again. But
that is like that's barely a measure of being alive.
What's Tyler doing? He's working or dying. It's one of the two. He can't do both. Trust me.
That's barely the measure of being alive, is breathing and being.
I'm talking too fast.
And you can't master that.
I just can't. Once the ball's rolling, I can't stop it. It's just.
See, you're gonna make me start doing it.
Just saying the word yawn. It makes you want to yawn. I don't know what. I'm gonna have to yawn again. I already feel it.
This is why you can't have any friends.
You're not my friend.
This is why.
It's gonna happen again. I can already feel it coming.
I can see it coming too. Just fight through it, bro. Fight through.
I can't. Oh man, it's happening. It's let's just say it's
every 2 minutes
people to watch.
Every 2 minutes, your camera goes black, so no one can see you do it.
It's the time of day. You know what I mean?
I got to get a buzzer for this.
When it's 7:00,
I'm doing it.
I can't stop it. It's just like when you can't help it when you laugh at inappropriate things in front of people. You can't help it.
We always do that.
It's horrible. Yeah, we're bad people.
Oh yeah.
But I'll do it
I think
every
I
day.
think I think they know that by now.
Yeah. There's a couple people specifically to my left. But
You son
motherfucker.
of
Oh man, my dogs are freaking out.
oh yeah. All 12 of them.
Yes. But I don't know. I saw and I was reading part of it where the comics of Loki, what's happening when Kane comes. So I want to know if they're gonna follow the comics and have they always followed the comics? God damn it. I stopped it.
I saw you
I
fight it.
stopped it.
I saw you fight it.
I want to know, they've always went kind of based off the comics, but they never really followed it to keep people really
Yeah.
so they don't know what's gonna happen next.
Is someone breaking into your house?
No, there's someone here, and I could hear them in my house that
your dogs don't like, or
they don't belong here.
the dogs don't belong there, or
No, someone I can hear their voice.
the dogs
They don't live here, I can tell you that. Pam's talking to them. But in the version and the comics of Loki, when this happens with Kane getting out, the Avengers actually make Thanos an Avenger. And they use Thanos to defeat Kane because of his powers.
In a different timeline?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
So they're going to be actually, and Thanos agrees saying we're all fighting for the same thing now. And
I think I saw something like that.
So I wonder if they're ever going to use that in a movie or a show, knowing that, because now everyone hates like Thanos, but to see everyone in the
I don't know how much
world,
I don't know how much they can do that. Like, I don't know if they're going to use Iron Man again, or Black Widow.
If they're going to, it's going to be cameos, I think.
I mean, I don't think they're ever going to
like people. I could see
use
people
use them in a big way.
I don't think so. Oh, you never know, but like I could see them where like they'll have people go back into the multiverse and they'll just see him living, but not want to talk to him.
They might use different scenes that they've like going back in time or going to a different scene within a minute or something.
Yeah,
I don't know how that's going to work. They've opened a door now to the point to where, I mean, anything could really happen.
Possible. Well, Kane is like, I mean, if you see the comics, he's fucking ridiculously strong. No one can beat him. I mean, they're gonna have to do something. So it's gonna be cool to see season 2 that they actually, because season 2 is gonna be Kane probably.
So he's gonna be the big bad for
Ant-Man.
For Ant-Man, but for the whole fourth series, for the fourth part of the MCU, he's supposed to be the big bad. Like, they're gonna set up for a whole nother Avengers type, ending.
I really hope they use the armor.
So they can't kill him. You know what I mean?
No, he'll always.
So I wonder if it'll be a different version of him when he fights Ant-Man, or when Ant-Man gets involved.
As in, not the more powerful version.
Yeah,
because there's so many.
Yeah, like kind of like they did up with the build up to Thanos.
Yeah.
They would defeat somebody, and then in the post credit scene, like Thanos would be there and be like, "Oh, I'll do it myself." You know what I mean? Like in the end of which I don't remember which one it was, but before Thanos was introduced.
Yeah. And Thanos really, he wasn't supposed to be like, to him and like to where he came from. He was only doing it not just to our world, from what I'm reading, that every world he came across, he cut a population in half to everything.
Yes.
Just because of his world didn't survive because of that.
Yes.
So he cuts it in half so the resources are there. So technically he's not really trying to be the bad person. He's trying to prolong, and he's trying to lengthen the life of the planet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's one of the, it's like, what do they say? Doing the wrong thing for the right reason type deal.
Exactly. And that's exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he was killing half the population of the universe.
And the thing is, not necessarily even killing them, because they were in a different world. You know what I mean?
See, I want to know, okay, so if you're on one timeline, it's only going to affect that one timeline, I assume, right?
Mhm.
So what do you what how do they what am I trying to say? It's in my head. I just don't know how to get it out.
I would say something inappropriate now that probably get us less followers, so I'm not gonna say it.
We can have
Oh,
less followers. Is
you
that
can
possible?
say that.
You can say that now. You can say that.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one.
I get memos about things you can say now. That was not on the memo.
No. So what are you trying to explain?
I don't know. I forgot now.
So if they're in a different, like, if Thanos
So
snaps and half of them are gone, does it affect the timeline that the people that are gone are in?
Well, clearly that doesn't affect the timeline because the TVA wouldn't let them do it. Essentially, is what I took from that.
You're right on that.
Or they would let them do it because it's supposed to happen. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But who's to decide what's supposed to happen?
And
you know what I mean? Like
Kane's
but
good variant, not
but
Kane the bad
but based on what? You know what I mean? Like what measurements? What measurements are you using to make that decision?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, like why did he decide it was the right thing instead of the wrong thing? And then he can just decide, hey, you know what, that person I want to become a variant, that's not supposed to be a part of the timeline.
Right.
So at that point, he's using just emotion.
See, I gotta assume there'll be other variants of him through phase 4, you know.
Yeah. There's 7 of him, right?
There's 7 of them, yes.
Jeez.
And I'm assuming he's probably gonna pop up in Doctor Strange 2.
I really hope he does.
Because that'll explain a little bit more of the multiverse. Start laying the ground a little bit more for the multiverse.
What I want to know is, are they going to be killing off each Kane through each series?
Well, that was kind of my question is, if you kill a Kane, you know, if you kill four of them, do the other 3 know? Like, do they know of each other? Because
he did say that they all did communicate.
Right.
So I wonder if that happens where multiple die, then the one really bad Kane decides to, you know, take care of things in his own hands.
And they were talking about Kang being mentioned in Spider-Man, the No Way Home.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome.
Assuming I think Doctor Strange is going to make a appearance in that, because you're going to have.
I really hope so.
Because you're going to have all 3 Spider-Mans on there, so that's going to.
I thought it was Dr. Doom.
No, Doctor Strange is going to be. I don't know if Dr. Doom's going to be in there or not. They think that Dr. Doom, he was one of the people that they thought might pop up in.
Dr. Doom's one of my favorite looking.
Yes.
Overall, just
but I think he's going to be in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, you're going to be right. I think you're going to be right on that one. Fantastic Four is,
but I think Kang has ties to Dr. Doom.
Okay.
So I don't know how that's going to work, but
and they're adding Wolverine. They're adding Wolverine to the MCU.
I love Wolverine.
That'd be crazy to have Wolverine and like a Spider-Man crossover. That'd be
I want a Deadpool to just pop up in one of these movies.
And didn't they just mentioned that, didn't they?
They've been talking about it. I don't know if it's actually gonna happen.
There was an actual video of it.
He's been doing a lot of cross promoting, I guess.
Yeah.
Like him and Ryan Reynolds has been dressed up as Deadpool doing a bunch of commercials, like watching other movies and like commenting on them and stuff.
He's got to be a part of it.
He's fucking hysterical, dude. He's so funny. And
you couldn't pick ever a better actor to play him. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
You couldn't, because he comes up with like a lot of the lines from Deadpool were just out of just thinking. It was off of just how he was thinking how it should go.
Yeah.
And it weren't even written down. He just came up with it on the spot, which is fucking awesome. It just thinks of like how he thinks, and it thinks exactly how Deadpool thinks. So he kind of just it went so perfect because I don't think there would be another person to do that.
No, I don't think so.
That quick and that flawlessly with it. Man, I want to watch another Dead, and that brings up the new movie with Ryan Reynolds.
The Good Guy.
Oh my god,
that looks so good. I think it comes out in August 6th
Dude,
or 16th or something.
I hope it comes out in August. That movie has been.
It comes out in August, but I think it's been done for a long time. I think, and they kept putting it off because of COVID. And I think it's.
I remember seeing it like in the spotlight before COVID, and then it just dropped.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a
because
single.
It was
trailer.
like I think it was a year ago, and when I finally found that trailer and I showed it to you.
Dude, I'm like, oh, what's this?
Jamie, I think I showed you and Jamie.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah, that movie looks so funny.
I can't wait to see how it turns out because it kind of reminds me of like a mix between. I don't know if you ever saw Ready Player One.
Yes, the premise is he is in a video game, but he doesn't know that he's in a video game. And once he learns that he's in a video game, he's like, I can't die. So he just keeps
do whatever he wants.
Yeah. And so everything that happens, he like intervenes. And I think at some point, they realize, okay, well, we got then they try to kill him.
Yeah.
Yep. So because he's intervening and everything. I don't know. I want to see that movie so bad. I mean, I wanted to see that movie for a year, man.
Yeah, dude. It's been a long time. That and the new Jared Leto movie coming out too was
Morbius.
Morbius, yeah, that's also called Morbius. I think that's going to be one of my favorite movies. I can say.
I've seen a couple of different trailers for it, and it looks really good.
It's very dark.
They say it's supposed to be real dark. Yeah,
kind of reminds me. Seeing that trailer, I don't know if you've watched the new Dracula. I have to say it's probably one of my top 10 favorite movies. Have you ever seen the new Dracula?
On what?
It's on like just watching it.
Oh no, I don't think so,
dude. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I saw that there's a series on Netflix, the new Dracula series on Netflix. This has been on for a little while.
I will pay you to watch that movie.
Really good.
You need to watch the new Dracula movie. It's the newest version. It is so good.
Who was in it?
I don't know his name. He's a fucking famous actor too, and I can't really go off of my computer right now because it's gonna pull up. If you look up Dracula, you'll see the newest one. Came out like maybe. Actually, I have my iPad right in front of me.
I'm gonna look it up here.
I'm telling you right now. I have to say it's one of my. It is my favorite Dracula.
2014.
Movie. Probably.
Dracula. Novel. Untold. Not Dracula 2000. That's not it, right?
No, that was a good one though. I watched that one. This one's called Dracula Untold. For sure, dude.
2014. Luke Evans.
I'm telling you right now, that'll be one of your favorite Dracula movies you've ever seen.
I don't remember this,
dude. It is so good.
I feel like I remember Luke Evans being Dracula, but I kind of feel like I saw that movie, but I don't think this was the movie that I saw.
You watching the trailer?
I'm watching little clips that they have popping up.
Oh yeah, watch the trailer of that thing.
I'll have to watch it.
I would love to watch it again tonight.
I'm into that. I think they're making a new Van Helsing too.
That would be fucking awesome.
That'd be cool. I think they've ran out of ideas and now they're just remaking everything.
And that's what it is.
And they're just remaking everything with a different colored person. Yeah, like every male character is not going to be made with a female character, and every white character is going to be made with a black character. And
they have to mix it up just to. They need money.
They've completely ran out of ideas. Instead of just making like a new superhero, they just want to rely on what.
And that's what really sucks because they do that.
Right.
It's just like make your own story. Stop using someone else's. Saying. Even if it's Marvel using Marvel, it's like, hey man, Stan Lee, I had like one of the best ideas for all of his characters.
Yes.
Carry on it by making more characters.
Right. And now you're bastardizing what he did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
And potentially making it worse.
Right. The whole woke movement just doesn't, I don't understand it. So then, and they just use it to change everything.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really seen a bad Marvel movie, but they're gonna run out. I mean, it's nice because they're gonna continue with the Marvel like Avengers, and they did make Black Widow. I actually really enjoyed that movie.
Black Widow was really good.
Extremely.
They're talking about doing a spinoff for the what's his name? The Red Guardian or whatever it is.
Red Guardian fighting.
Yeah. He's so funny, man.
He's gonna be fighting Captain America.
Well, they were, he was talking about throughout the movie, he was talking about fighting Captain America or whatever. He kept talking about it. But they're saying that it wasn't Steve Evans Captain America. It was a different Captain America they was fighting. Kind of like a multiverse type thing, you know?
It's
like,
so weird how far the rabbit trail can go now.
right.
Knowing like, okay, which one is it? You know what I mean?
Right.
Is it from, Universe 7 or whatever it is?
And then they have the Eternals coming out at the end of this year.
I'm really looking forward to that.
And a lot of people are like, well, where the hell were they? You know what I mean? And now I don't know.
Like the entire time.
Were they on a different timeline? Like what? Like none of it makes sense to me now.
Very confusing.
I
think that show I will really like.
I think they should just put Scarlett Johansson in every movie in those black pants and she didn't have to talk.
Pervert.
Just once in a while, just walk across the screen. It'll be a big fight scene. And
Pervert.
And here comes Scarlett Johansson just walking by.
Oh my god!
Like nothing's happening in her little outfit. That would be amazing. And just one time in every movie, that like it's like a Stan Lee cameo. You know what I mean? But it's a black.
I don't even know how you're going this far with it.
These are some ideas I have. I don't know. I think I should talk to people that in the know
that need those ideas, right?
Yes,
I understand.
I have a lot of weird things in my head, and I gotta get them out sometimes. I can't do it in public because people look at me funny. Ban. And we're down to one listener now. Sweet. Mm-hmm. Listen, I can't be the only one that thinks that's a great idea. I'm the only one that'll say
There'll be a lot of people. That's right. You'll be the only one that says it.
Right. So
but Ian. I just wink.
Oh yeah, it's funny.
But it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. I
can't.
I can't.
What is a real multiverse to where like aliens and stuff come from through the black holes and stuff?
As in the Marvel or in ours?
Well, like in ours. I don't think Iron Man's going to bust through our multiverse.
Hey, how do you know? How do you know?
Maybe there's another timeline that has a real Iron Man. I don't know.
I think there is other versions of us. It has to, I mean, I think it's like almost proven.
All right. So today we watched the spaceship, the rocket go up with
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos in it. Mm-hmm. Would you do that?
Hands down. I would do it without a doubt. I would say yes instantly. There wouldn't even be a doubt with me. I mean, if I'm gonna burn, I'm gonna burn, but I won't feel it. You know what I mean?
Fucking strap me in.
That's how I am. I mean, I would totally do that. Considering if Jeff Bezos was so confident in his rocket,
the only thing is too. But they said that there's so many redundancies. It's almost impossible.
Would you really though? Would you?
I don't know.
I don't know. What about Velocicoaster?
I don't know. Hey, listen,
I had to fuck out of here.
I had to stay back for the kids, bro. I was offering to watch the little one.
It's all right, bro. It's all right. It's okay.
You son of a bitch.
I would do it. It's the thing is, I was talking to you earlier about it that they've never really shown testing of that rocket ever. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen.
I've seen videos of it going up and stuff.
I haven't. So it was really weird because I kind of search.
I don't think it's been. I don't know if it's been manned. Like I don't think anybody was on it. I think they just did it.
It was like hey man, we're gonna shotgun this. I mean,
you
guys are gonna go. You're gonna come down, or you dead or alive.
Bezos like, hold my beer. I'll be right back.
But watching that video live, I'm like, dude, that fucker is dead. He was not moving from that spot.
Oh, when he landed, dude.
Yes, dude.
Like, yeah, he didn't move, man.
I thought he was dead because I'm like, you don't even see his hand moving. I'm like, okay,
but man,
what is he doing in there?
The way they put that rocket up, dude, it was so straight. It was the arrow straight, man.
Dude,
went straight up. I mean, it did everything it was supposed to. It was actually pretty impressive to watch.
Extremely.
Like the way they've got it down now, man.
It's crazy because of like,
and the way it landed, it just landed perfectly.
Like I'm a huge Elon Musk fan for Tesla. Right. I've always wanted one. But watching SpaceX take off, like I have like watching those videos, there were so many rockets that failed, but he has succeeded in doing it. But it seems like Jeff Bezos is so like I don't know what it is. He's just so accurate with it. I mean, you don't see any of those like to send a rocket up and have 4 people in it or 5 people in it up in space. And this is the first time anyone's really ever seen that happen with that company to be that confident.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fucking, it gives me a lot of respect for Jeff Bezos to even go in his own rocket to see if it fails, I'm going with it.
So I guess they want to get it to where it costs about 200 grand a seat to go up in it.
200 grand for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it lasted what 10 minutes total, I think.
10 minutes.
Like, I mean, it wasn't very long.
I think they were total in space for only like
they were like 3 minutes in zero gravity, I guess.
So I think what they're gonna have to do is they're gonna have to, like, on the capsule they're in, they're gonna have to add like some kind of CO2 or what are they gonna use to have little rocket boosters to keep them in orbit for a longer period of time for that much money. I mean, I guess 200 grand isn't that much money to do that. That's a whole nother,
Yeah,
whole nother level.
I don't know how.
But you would think, I mean, realistically, you're gonna probably see a space station that's fucking Jeff Bezos up there, and he can bring people there
at some point.
Mm-hmm.
He's moving Amazon headquarters to the moon.
For some reason, he always reminds me of the villain from like Spider-Man or something.
Have you seen all of the memes from Austin Powers?
I haven't seen one.
They are fucking hysterical.
Is it with Jeff? Is it about Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, yep. And
$1 billion.
Dr. Evil.
Oh my god,
they are so funny. Oh my god, and there's so many of them.
Next time you see one, just start sending me those.
I can send you a bunch of them, dude.
I've never even seen an Austin Powers meme. I've seen all the movies. I've never seen the meme or a meme about it.
I love those movies.
Watching those now, people would be so offended.
Oh, so you couldn't make something like that now.
Never.
You can't make funny shit like that anymore because everybody cries about it. Like
that's what it is.
Fucking movie, man. Like,
I wish they would.
If you're not interested in it, just don't watch it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't want to watch half the movies that are out, so I just don't go and watch them.
Talking about new movies that are out. Did you watch the trailer to that movie I told you about today?
No.
The movie Pig.
Oh no, I didn't.
I'm telling you.
Hold on.
It looks so good.
It's a brand new movie, dude.
It just came out like a couple days ago. It came out the 16th.
I want to say I've heard about it, but I don't know.
I never heard about it until like the other day.
Rejects John Wick comparison to the movie. Nicolas Cage rejects John Wick comparison for new movie Pig. I gotta watch this fucking movie.
I heard it's one of his best performances he's ever done.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Pig is thoughtful, well-made movie for audiences primed for junk.
I got a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I can't even go by that,
but they're pretty serious on that. I hate the ratings off Rotten Tomatoes, but if they gave that movie a 98%, it's probably pretty good.
I think they gave the zombie movie a real good rating too, because it was really good.
Should have been a 2%.
You son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. That's right, motherfucker.
I hate you.
Alrighty.
I can't wait for part 2 to come out.
Is there really a part 2?
They gotta be, dude. You can't have that kind of success with part 1 and not
successful. Oh my god.
Notice how they never made an Interstellar 2? Weird.
They didn't need to. That was a masterpiece. They would ruin it with the second one, trust me. Oh man, yeah, they didn't need a second Interstellar 2. Anyone that knows Interstellar, that was a masterpiece. They don't need it anymore. I'm content with the rest of my life because of that movie. Okay, you understand that?
Well, some of us have low expectations. I get it.
At least they're not birthing zombies, whatever that is. What?
Well, you're just mad because you didn't come up with the idea. It's a great.
Oh, trust me, I'm glad I didn't. I wish they would have put me out of my misery.
God damn it, son of a bitch!
I know, it's okay.
So good.
But seriously though, watch that trailer for Pig.
I'm gonna watch it.
I wouldn't even mind going seeing that in theaters. It looks that good. It's a movie that I know I would really get sucked into.
Is it only in theaters?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I
gotta
looked
go to
everywhere.
I gotta go to the theaters and say that I want to watch Pig.
You'd be pretty proud last night.
I feel
Last
like
night, I watched National Treasure 1 and 2.
Damn.
Back to back, dude.
God, I love those movies, man. They are I could watch those movies over and over and over again.
I was telling Taylor about it, and I was talking about it because I'm just like, dude, this is like I could watch these movies.
I could watch them, and
all the time.
between Nicolas Cage's is acting, and it's so good, man. And he's so good in it.
Yes. And I talked to Taylor about it, and Taylor's like, oh yeah, I've never even seen those movies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I want to know, how have you made it through life not seeing the National
How are you guys brothers? It's weird.
Trust me, I have no idea. But for him not to see that movie, like Nicolas Cage in the early 90s and fucking 2000s made fucking awesome movies. Anything he did, like I was fucking like, remember Face Off? Was he in Face Off? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
What's the one? Con Air. Con Air's a great.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen that movie in so long.
It was on not too long ago, actually. I watched. I didn't see it when it started, but
I'm gonna buy that movie.
I got in about halfway. It was a really good movie, man.
Dude, another good fucking. I forgot about Con Air, man.
Con Air was so.
Oh, and they had that actor in it in Con Air that he was kind of popular back then, but he stopped acting altogether. The bad guy in it. Do you remember his name?
Travolta.
No, that's Face Off.
Oh, that's Face Off. That's right.
Con Air was that kind of shorter guy, grunty.
Shit. What the hell is his name?
I'm gonna look it up right now, actually. Because of now I have this on my mind. I want to see who it is. Con Air.
John Malkovich was in it. Steve Buscemi, John Cusack.
John Cusack was in it. Yeah.
Danny Trejo, he was in it. Who was the bad guy in it?
John Malkovich.
Dave Chappelle was in that.
Maybe I was wrong. Dave Chappelle was in it. Yeah,
he was in it. Yep.
The fuck, dude. There's a lot of good fucking actors and actresses in that movie. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of them.
That's such a good movie, man.
I'm gonna watch Con Air again, dude. I haven't seen that in it's seriously since 2000.
What was that? That was made in 94 or something.
97.
97, yeah. Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi is one of my favorite actors.
Oh, dude, he was awesome in fucking a lot of movies, man.
He's in every Adam Sandler movie, and every one is just funnier than the next.
It's funny listening to that because of Adam Sandler only wanted to help his friends out. So he took all of his close friends, even if they were bad movies, he was going to get his friends paid.
And he did, bro.
And he did, man. He looked out for all of his friends.
Yep.
Great, Crazy Eyes and fucking.
Yes, that was Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, dude.
That's one of my favorite characters in Mr. Deeds.
Yes, dude.
Crazy Eyes. Oh, so funny. In the end, they give him a Ferrari. He gives him a Ferrari or something. He drives it into a tree.
Yep. It was right at the end too.
Yes.
He's like, these cars are fast, and then he fucking slams it.
And he looks at it, and his eyes are all crossed.
Yep. Didn't he say he said oh, I got my pizza. He's like Oreos and gumballs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Was he talking to a goat? I think he was talking to a goat at one point.
Probably.
He's like, oh yeah, these cars are fast, and just smashed it right in the
just smashed it right in a tree or something.
Dude,
it was so funny.
That'll always be one of the greatest fucking Adam Sandler movies.
Dude,
I love that movie, dude.
That movie's so good. Mr. Deeds is great.
That one fucking Adam Sandler. Happy Gilmore. It was
Happy Gilmore was good.
Billy Madison.
Will be
the movie I watched the most as a kid. I watched that. I think seriously, it was every week I watched that movie.
You see that milk? That milk could be our milk.
No
milk will be
our. Dude, I haven't seen that movie in a while, man.
So funny, man.
Oh, did you see that they fucking got a new director for the new Blades?
I saw that. Yeah.
I can't wait. The Blade movies growing up. Wesley Snipes.
I love those movies, man. Blade was so good.
Well, yeah, it was right around the time with Spawn came out. Spawn was a great movie.
Yep. Spawn was good.
And they're making a new Spawn, and I think what's his name?
I wonder who the new Blade gonna be. I kept reading that he was that Wesley Snipes was coming back.
They showed the new Blade. And the weird thing is, it looks just like Wesley Snipes, but it's
Yes, his character. Yes,
not.
100%. 100%. You know what other was a really good movie he was in?
Wesley
Demolition Man.
Snipes, Demolition Man
Yes.
with fucking
Oh God, I love Sylvester
Bruce
Stallone.
Willis. Was it
No,
Sylvester
Sylvester
Stallone?
Stallone.
Oh, I'm thinking fucking Die Hard right now for some reason.
He was in that. It was in that, and who was the
Demolition Man
bad?
was a fucking great movie, dude.
So good. Who's the other guy in that
Didn't Wesley
movie?
Snipes have his hair dyed like bleach blonde in
Yes,
that?
it was super blonde. Yeah,
Yep.
it was super blonde. It was so good.
Dude, we're gonna have to go through and fucking. I need to start writing these down so I can just start buying the older movies that we talked about. Oh, actually, I'll just go on our podcast and fucking rewatch it and see everything that we just talked about.
God, you brought up what's his name? Who did you just say? The
Wesley Snipes?
No, Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
God, he has some great movies too.
The
Die Hard franchise, great,
fucking
amazing.
awesome,
fucking great.
One of the ones I liked, and a lot of people didn't like the new movie Split. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes,
I really liked it.
Did you see the whole series of them?
Yes, I saw all of them.
Okay, yeah, that was good.
Or Bruce Willis in the beginning got crushed by that train, but like nothing ever happened to him.
Well, he was the only one that lived. Everybody else on the train died. He was the one,
and he had not one scratch.
Yeah, and
that was a good one, dude.
He got through pretty much unscathed.
I'm trying to think of the name of that first movie.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. There you go.
Unbreakable. Yep.
But it's really cool in the ending to see how Samuel Jackson did everything.
Yes.
Such a they put it all together. Fucking person, dude.
They put it all together. So
and he fucking started that train accident.
Yeah, he did everything. Everything went back to him. Everything.
Yeah. Fucking awesome. And the guy that had the personalities, man, fucking crazy when he turned into the Beast.
Man, the dude is ripped too, man.
Dude, for that scene, dude, he looked fucking crazy.
That guy and the voices and stuff that he does is so funny.
I'm gonna watch that movie again.
Good.
I actually like that one a lot.
What was the name of the last? What was the name of the last one?
Split.
Well, that's what it was.
It was one of my favorites.
Yes.
From the series.
James McAvoy. That's who it was.
He's also just a good actor in general. He played Professor in X-Men.
Yes.
It's crazy to see him go from that being fucking completely ripped to being in a wheelchair and paraplegic.
Yes, he got all jacked up for Split.
Oh yeah,
that was a great movie. Patricia's not here.
Yeah. Yep.
Patricia.
Dude, I actually want to watch the movie again.
Did you finish reading the book on the 37th parallel?
I've gotten pretty far. I think I'm 7 chapters in right now. Have you even started it?
No, I don't read books, bro. I do. I'm not a big reader.
Man, give me the Kindle back. Give me that Kindle back.
I actually do want to read it, but I haven't started it yet.
It's crazy, like reading like the first story. God damn it, the yawns.
91.
Yeah. Trust me, the ones that I've gone like this, yeah. You know what I mean? Just hiding
18, the 18 that you've hidden, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm watching you, motherfucker.
Reading the first story it was they were going on a road trip, the family. And was it the first chapter that they were going on a road trip? The family was going to, I think it was that. They're going on a road trip, and it's weird on how they explain it. I see they explain every person in the vehicle.
Right.
But how they jumped around so quick, I got very confused about 4 paragraphs, because it automatically said that they were tired, they were on a road trip in a camper, and they went to they went to a hotel in the middle of nowhere, in the woods. Instantly from reading that, it automatically skipped saying they were in the woods. And I'm like, what the fuck? Unless something happened when I was reading it where I skipped a page, but I don't think it did. They were in the woods and they were scared shitless. The lady, herself was just and I believe it was just the dad in the story was with random other people. So I'm like,
Right.
when I read it, I'm like, what the fuck just happened in that sentence? And I thought to myself like 3 times, like,
Oh, the big words.
did I really just read that right? Because of it jumps so quick in that first chapter. I didn't like it.
I
But
gotta read it. The 37 parallels, just the idea behind it is so crazy. So it's the line that runs basically from Virginia across the United States to California.
mhm.
Right. So the interesting part about it are the things that are on the 37th parallel are, and I'll read them: the Pentagon, Fort Knox, Washington D.C., Kentucky's Mammoth Mountain Cave National Park,
I would love to go there.
the Dulce Base in New Mexico, Los Alamos, New Mexico, the Mesa Verde in Colorado, Four Corners. That's where Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Mexico, New Mexico
You could
meet.
stand in pretty much all 4.
Yeah. Aztec, New Mexico, the site of the 1948 UFO crash. Death Valley, Area 51, the Grand Canyon.
And it all happens in a line.
Yes, the Moab and the Canyonlands National Park. And as you continue around the globe, it goes through it goes through Grenada, Spain. Spain's got a bunch of documented UFO sightings. Fukushima, Japan, where they had the 2011 earthquake and nuclear disaster. And the most interesting part to me is the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea is right on the 37th parallel. It's so crazy
How that all falls in that line.
the coincidences of that, and all the sightings and stuff as far from UFOs that are on that line. It also bears mentioning that there's more Air Force bases along that line than anywhere else in the country. They're all along that parallel.
I wonder why.
I don't know. What you think? Like, okay, does that go to us testing? They talk about UFO sightings. Does that go to us testing military equipment,
UFOs?
or are they all there because all the UFOs go there? You know what I mean? Like, what came first, chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Like,
we're going down the real rabbit hole with that one.
Let's do it. Oh, you need like 3 hours to do that. To do the 37.
Oh, just to talk about that.
There's so much stuff.
One of the cool things that I read in the 37 parallel after the war with the Germans, you had the people in the planes going over Germany, and on radar, it didn't show anything from wherever they were. I don't know if it was from the ship or wherever they had the radar, but the guys in the plane, and this is like documented pretty well. They actually named it Foo Fighters, and this I was trying to explain to you earlier.
Oh yeah.
They actually named it Foo Fighters, which is kind of cool. I love that band.
I love that band.
Fucking amazing, dude.
I was just gonna say it.
But they had like 10 orbs that were orange, glowing in the sky, and the guy, like, there's multiple pilots on this one. The guys saw them and were like, you know what, like, what is that? Like, they were at first skeptic, like, oh, what is that? Like, what could be moving that fast? So they go towards what they had to do is they actually had to turn around in the older planes, turn around and go towards it, and it was fucking miles away, like hundreds of miles. And they thought it was like, there's no way possible, like, during this time that, and they even said in the book, like, he's like, I didn't say anything because of it wasn't physically possible to go that fast. Right. So people thought that would be crazy. And then more and more people were seeing this after this. And then that's where they kind of, in a small group circle, called them the Foo Fighters.
Right.
And they actually brought that up in like the New York Times. They brought this up in multiple news outlets, but it never went anywhere. Isn't that weird?
Well, the other big thing about the 37 parallel is cattle mutilations. Like, they're all along. That's where they started. Like,
yeah,
you can trace back most of the cattle mutilations to the 37 parallel.
And in the book, there's actually horse mutilations.
And horse mutilations, yep.
Where it was perfectly surgically done, removed of the eyes, removed of like ribs, cut perfectly.
Enough cattle died to warrant an FBI investigation. Which obviously turned up nothing, but they started a whole FBI investigation into it, because like
I don't know what we're doing here. We're the ones that did it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Thousands of cattle turned up dead in like 1975. So they started doing the that's when the UFO started, or the FBI started investigating. But that's fucking crazy, dude. And they're all on like, and the similarities in the mutilations are weird because I think they're all on the left side, and like one eye is missing, and there's like certain
Same with the horses.
Yeah, same thing. So then they all have like the same kind of MO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were killing like thousands of them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. At a time, dude. Fucking. There's just. It was just a fucking crazy amount. Horses. I only heard a couple stories of them. Cows, though. I mean, there's so many fucking stories of that.
Yeah. The cows was like the main thing that they.
And there's still fucking cows dying in what's that fucking show that we were watching?
On the Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, Skinwalker Ranch.
They still have mutilations out there. And it was the same deal, like the cows on the left side, and all the blood is drained out of all the animals
perfectly.
And there's no sign of like blood pooling or anything. All the blood is drained. The eye, the sky facing eye is removed.
Yeah.
And sometimes some of the intestines are removed.
That's what happened in the horse.
But like surgically, not like, a wild animal got
or a mess, you know what I mean?
And then they say that once it's mutilated, no vulture or anything will eat the remains.
Which is like unheard of ever.
Right. Then no maggots will touch it, and like nothing will touch it once it's been
perfectly preserved.
Right. And nothing, like, it just rots because nothing will eat it. Usually on a farm or something like that, if a cow dies, they just drag it off to a far corner of the
It'd be picked apart in a day.
Yeah, and they just let the animals, send
take
it back
its course.
Yeah. But they did that, especially on the Skinwalker Ranch. They actually did that, and like the next year, they went out there and everything. It was still, I mean, it was all
decayed and
shit. But nothing touched it. Nothing would eat it. Nothing would go near it. Nothing.
It's fucking weird, dude.
And they checked it for like radiation and stuff like that because they couldn't figure out. They think that it died. They had a vet come out and check it out, and they think that it died from basically a heart attack, like it was scared to death or something.
Yeah,
but
what caused it to be scared to death and then perfectly
and I guess it happens with cows where one cow can make the whole herd get so excited, like multiple, it'll basically kill itself. You know what I mean? It'll have a heart attack or something. And
what idiots! I'm just joking.
They're so stupid.
Just joking. But yeah, it has to be something, dude. Because like horses don't act like that. I lived with horses 20 years.
Yeah, I haven't read a lot about the horses. I read that they had a bunch of them dead, but I don't know if they were the same kind of deal.
There's one of the stories in 37 Parallel. It's like the second chapter. The lady living out in the middle of nowhere, they go up there and he explains what they do, but she's very skeptic on what that guy does as a living, as in finding the unnatural.
Right.
So, and they took him out, and the horses were just cut perfectly, eyes removed, same thing. It's like sky looking, I mean, towards the sky, cut, and it's horses. So like, who would want horse meat? I mean, I understand different parts of the world eat horse meat because of they had like the mad cow fever and shit, mad cow disease, what it is, in like England and all that. I heard, actually I think it's like part of history. They stopped eating cow,
right?
But at the same thing, like, why would they go for horses now? Because it was like, I never heard of it until I actually read the 37th Parallel. Why would they start with horses when cows are usually the go-to? So why did they switch going to that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's that whole mutilation stuff is weird. And
I just want to know if it's a person or if it's like unnatural.
Well, there's so many of them, and they're all so spread out, and they're all the same. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm just surprised with technology these days. We have not caught what's doing it.
Well, the funny thing is that the one on Skinwalker Ranch, they actually saw it happen. They showed a video of it, but right before they showed the video of it, or as they showed a cow was laying down, but it was still alive, like it was sitting up.
Yeah.
And then they looked above a tree, and there was like a weird thing above the tree, and they thought it was a bird or something. But then they watched the video, and it moved like across the screen in like a second, which would be impossible for a bird to do. And then that's the exact moment. But whatever it was, the cow saw it, and you could see the cow look up at it, and then it laid back down, and like you could almost see it die. Like you could almost see it like just lay its head back down. And that was the last time it really.
Maybe it's the burials and the Indians.
But they think that it was like either radiation from the ship or something, because I think it was a ship that was above the tree line.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like right over the tree line. It was like over the tree line if you were looking.
I think I saw this because it was on a game camera, right? And
yeah,
it was like a light that went across the screen.
Well, no, it was in the daytime. This was in the daytime. Oh, it looked like a bird, but then when you watch it at normal speed, you can see how fast it moves, and it's clearly not a bird. So but the cow noticed it. Like whatever it was, the cow knew it was there,
and something was wrong.
Yeah, and something was wrong.
And the cow died.
And the cow died. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you could watch the video and you could see it lay back down, and it just never got back up.
Jeez.
But all the other cows moved to the other side of the pasture, which
away from that,
which they never go to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what was weird about it. They're like, these cows they've never been, because they got a bunch of video of like where they go on the ranch and in the field.
Yeah.
And they never go to that other side.
Fucking weird, dude.
So yeah, it's weird, man. It's
I have yet to finish that. The new episodes.
I haven't either. I gotta finish new episodes. There's so much on the Skinwalker Ranch, man. It's one of my favorite topics, dude, because there's so much cool shit that they've done there, and the testing and stuff that they've done there.
The length they've gone to find things, I wish they would do that for other things. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it's all they're private people doing it. That's why.
Oh, that's true, because no one wants to do it, right?
Right.
Or they always try to get them to stop doing something when they're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, well, if you do this, like, what was the thing that what they do in the episode? They said, well, if you do this, it's like extremely bad luck.
Dig. You can't dig.
Dig. Oh, okay. That's what it was. Yeah. Like something always really bad happens.
Yeah. Anytime anybody digs on a property, like something bad happens.
Yeah.
So they had a Indian witch doctor, or whatever they.
Oh, that's right. They had to actually go to the
he came out and like blessed the land or whatever, and then they started digging or whatever.
They went to a reserve and found one. That's what it was.
Yeah, they went and found one, and like all that land is Native American land, so
yeah,
it's all around them or nothing but Indian tribes and stuff. So they found one pretty easy, and they
believe in multiple creatures. The Indian tribes, like 5 different ones.
Man, the stuff they believe in and the stuff that's in their history is crazy, man.
That could still possibly be living if it's like what they
and they're so spiritual. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but you could do one on the Indians. You do a podcast on the Indians, just just on their own themselves.
Oh yeah.
And they tell stories of like star people, like the Navajo and the Apaches have things from like star people, and they have stories
and like creatures living in the mountains and shit.
Yeah, and they have stories from so long ago which perfectly describe UFOs and aliens that were long before anything that we ever like
before we even showed up.
Like in the 1890s, they had mysterious airships reported, over Indian lands and stuff, and even before that. And there's like old cave paintings and stuff from way back that
you think they'd make like an agreement because of like Indians? I mean, they're never really harmed or touched from what we know, or it's just stories. So you never know if there was like.
I guess there's no way to really know if anybody was ever killed or whatever from it.
I'll make a call.
Have your people call them.
Yep. Go and do it.
I am your people, bro.
I thought you were blood.
We don't have people. We are each other's people. That's
exactly.
Hold
on 1 second. Let me get my people. You just see. Oh, I got a text. 1 second.
Yeah, hold on. I guess somebody texted me.
But we're gonna definitely have to dip into the 37th parallel because that was just 2 chapters. There's quite a few other ones. The one I'm reading now, I know there's Area 51 in there. I know there is.
Area.
I
51
haven't seen it, but just from the feeling of this book, I know
There's another.
I did
like,
I was
Bob,
actually reading Roswell right now.
Bob Lazar. If anybody knows anything about UFOs, yeah, is your guy to talk
We
to.
have to do a podcast on just him.
That guy's story is so insane. Like,
I believe him.
You don't even know. It's so insane. Like, it's so insane.
It's funny because he looks so much like Stephen King.
You're right, he does.
Dude, he looks like a fucking identical version.
He really
dude,
does.
Look up Bob Lazar, then look up Stephen King. They're brothers, dude. They look identical. You didn't even think of that, did you?
But he talks about what were we talking about earlier?
He was talking about 13 signal S13.
S13. There's like another site where they took like aliens and stuff, and they had like special code names for them, like they called them the kids or the children.
Yep, and he did reverse engineering.
Yeah, he did reverse engineering on a lot of alien stuff from what he says.
I think he has to be one of my favorite people to look into and to talk about because of like he is so serious when he talks.
Yes,
and like they wiped him like out of existence with his name, with like everything. Like, oh, he never worked here. That's not his name. Like all this, like, gone. Yeah. So
and he did so much disinformation work. With the FBI and stuff, to where it make people think that they were crazy, make people think that they, what the stuff they see is so real that it makes them look crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, dude. We got to do one. That'll be on one of the conspiracy ones. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I really want to talk about Bob Lazar. We can't forget that because that is one of the weirdest topics.
Yes.
That I mean,
and he's in any big UFO story. I mean, he just shows up. Any big UFO story that you research,
I'm surprised he's not dead.
In there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Not literally, but they brought him such to light.
But I think that he does such different information. He's always done so much disinformation work and stuff like that.
He looks so crazy.
That he looks so crazy that like it's not worth offing him.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It'll be 2 bullets to the back of the head and it's a suicide. That's what's going to happen.
He tripped and fell.
Yeah.
His head's gone.
There's a knife in his back. He accidentally tripped. But like they brought
our pets' heads are falling off.
It's exactly. They brought him to light with like Joe Rogan's podcast. So I think that really helped him in a way where he I mean, I don't think like he's as in danger because he's on such a
I think that he's so out there that I don't think anybody. But all this stuff with the alien stuff coming out now, I think personally, if aliens are visiting us or whatever, that they're probably not meaning to do us harm, because if they were coming and they were as advanced as they would have to be, and they wanted to blow us up, they would have blown us up already. You know what I mean? Like there's no. And they don't have any reason not to.
Every movie is the United States.
Well, because we're the important people. I don't know.
I'm all right with that, but I would love to get Bob Lazar.
I think Australia has like on par with us as far as
in sightings
and UFO stuff. Man, there's so many stories out of like Australia, and I think New Zealand too has a bunch of them.
Dude, I would love to get Bob Lazar on a podcast.
We need to talk.
I think I'm gonna try to get a hold of someone that can get a hold of him.
That would be so
because it can't be that hard, because he's not like, I wouldn't say he's not famous, because he is for everything.
Well, in that realm,
for that realm, yeah. So I think it would be easier to get a hold of him.
I don't know. That would be cool to
because
talk
I mean, we got David Weiss coming on the show on Monday, and I gotta say, if people don't know David Weiss is I would say you would say an influential speaker. He does conferences, and he's about first he had a podcast about I think it was going down the rabbit trail. Was it?
It was a conspiracy podcast.
And then so he someone told him to look into flat Earth, and he was so against it at first, and just over time someone convinced him to go through it, and now he is flat earth.
He's Flat
Like
Earth Dave, man. He
uh
That's what they call him. The guy is.
he's yeah, he knows his stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that the earth's flat. I'm just saying that like he's very
But I'm not saying it's not.
yeah, he's very educated on everything that he talks about.
He has an answer. I mean, he has an
I'm not
answer
saying he has a
for.
right answer, but he has
Right.
a very convincing answer where it's like, oh shit, like
And it's
you look
well
at it.
thought. It's well thought out. He's pretty well spoken. Like the guy.
I would love to pick his brain, to be honest.
I started following some of his podcast interviews and stuff as we started this a couple months ago, and like obviously, like I told you, like I wanted a flat earther on the show, like
And we got him.
and this is gonna happen now.
I'm so excited to talk to him.
Me too. And the more that I listen to like his interviews and stuff, he loses me on some things, and I'll save it for the podcast. But he loses me on a little bit here and there. But like some of the things that he talks about, you look at and go, okay, well that makes a lot of sense. Now,
Yeah.
you can make anything make sense if you really want to, I guess. But like just if you step outside your own bias for a second, and just look at it and go, okay, well what you're saying to me kind of like if I didn't know any better, like that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the way he presents things. And that's the way he presents things. And if you didn't know any better, you'd be like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he
digs up all the videos that were like you see glitches and NASA videos and stuff
like
that.
But the thing is, they're like true videos. Like
right. Oh yeah,
they're not
and that's why
manipulated.
NASA, if you notice, NASA doesn't put out any live videos anymore. I guess
Ever.
they stopped putting out live videos altogether. And it was after a couple of them had like what appeared to be like green screen, like green screen failures. You know what I mean? And like you see some guy having an interview and he's got like a microphone in his neck. You know what I mean? And one guy was like playing guitar, and then but the guitar like went inside of him.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of different examples, and you can probably
augmented reality is not there yet. That's why they have taken down the live videos.
And you can find these videos on YouTube. Like they're up. Like you can go and find these videos. But it's crazy, man. Like
the one I saw on David Weiss's app, and I did purchase that app. It's $2.99.
Flat Earther.
I'm just saying,
I knew it.
I need to study this. I need to see.
It was solely research.
I watched no, it was research. Yes, I'll give it that. But like one picture that I saw on the app is, and I never even noticed it. How they, the moon landing was fake. I'm a huge person for space, and I'm a huge person for planetary exploration. So seeing like the video of that it was like a rover that they could drive on the moon.
Right.
Have you seen that picture? It's a picture that he says it's funny how they got the vehicle on the moon, but there is no tracks. Behind it and underneath that vehicle, there is footprints, but no tracks of that car anywhere.
And they showed a picture of I think it was Neil Armstrong's suit
with the flat,
and the sole of his shoe is completely different than the
lines
and the imprint that they show you in the really historic picture of the first step of the moon or whatever. But that was pretty interesting when I saw that I
could see where that could be like a sole that they took off. You know what I mean? They could take off the stitching and take that off.
Yeah, maybe.
For like molding, maybe, or
right.
So I could see that, but you're right though. Like I want to rewatch those videos that they have of them on the moon.
Like it's a different footprint.
Yeah, I want to see the bottom if you can on those videos. If you can see the bottom of the soles in good quality, if it's lined or if it's flat.
Because I don't know, because like I mean there could be a suit over a suit. Like I don't know how they did their space suits back then, but the one that they show that they claim is his, the sole is completely different than the imprint
and it's like in glass, so no one could touch it.
Yeah, they got it all locked up. So that was pretty interesting. And some of the green screen glitch things that you see
don't add up.
Yeah, I mean if you really want
it takes all credibility away.
Yeah, and I'm pretty skeptical on government altogether. So it's not like, after this COVID stuff, I don't know.
I am to a point, but yeah, definitely with the COVID shit.
Right.
I mean, there's some people out there that I know that are
No,
diehard vaccines, but then now there's like a Delta version of this virus that
yeah.
everyone can get. Not even everyone
Yeah.
can get it, even if you're vaccinated.
Well, they get more and more people every day. Like the people at the White House have just got announced today that they have it. Every one of them are vaccinated.
Yeah, and they have COVID
And I don't know if the vaccine is really supposed to stop you from getting COVID. Maybe it's supposed to stop you from getting
symptoms.
the severe effects of it, kind of keep you out of the hospital type deal.
But they also said, we're going down a rabbit trail. This should be for a conspiracy podcast. But now pilots that are in like Delta Airlines and United, they're dying.
Yeah, they're like
because they're dropping dead in
Yep.
flight because of they took the vaccine and there's blood clots and at that altitude it's killing them. So it's killed like 7 pilots, I think they said 7 people in that short a time. So imagine if everyone got it. It's just, maybe it might not happen to everyone, but
maybe it's just the pressure being in a pressurized plane and stuff like that. But you would think passengers would start happening to passengers too.
Yeah, but they're not on it like all day. Some of those pilots will do like 3 flights a day.
Yeah, maybe it's a length of time type deal. But I don't know.
That's really weird. And I believe in like the herd immunity. So majority of people that have it and the majority of people that never got it. It's just naturally.
I think there's way more people that have had it and maybe didn't show symptoms or never got tested.
Well, like I believe I got it 2 years ago.
Well,
a year ago.
The last January of 2000 when I was sick, I got back from New York City. And we were going to Disney. We went to Universal. We were all over the place.
I was out for 2 or 3 days because of it.
And me and my daughter, we were in New York City and she started getting sick. And then I came back and she got real sick. And I got back and I got real sick. And the doctor couldn't really explain it. They're like, oh, it's probably viral bronchitis or whatever they called it. But they didn't have an answer.
Because they had no idea.
Yeah, they had no idea what they were looking for to even test if it, might have been. But yeah, I and the only reason I really think that I might have had it because I had a fever and I never get fevers like that.
And I had one too.
I just don't get fevers.
And I don't usually go home sick if I'm already at work. Yeah, I literally had to go because
I had to go home a couple of times. Yeah, it was a couple of days that I went home. I think I probably missed 3 or 4 days to that whole.
Yep. I remember I was sent home because I looked that bad and I called out the next day or two.
It was bad. Like, I didn't think I was going to die, but there's a couple of days I wish I would have, but yeah, it was fucking bad. Whatever I had, whether it was COVID or not, I don't know.
I'm not against anything about people getting the vaccine. It's just that I personally won't get it for myself.
Yeah, I don't
until they've perfected it and they know
if they do, and if the FAA approves it or whatever, or the FHA or who does that?
Oh, it's the CDC.
There's another
FDA.
FDA.
No, never mind.
Until the Housing Administration approves it. No, it's the FDA.
FDA.
Yeah, it's not until they approve it. I don't know. I'm not getting it.
I'm not gonna mess with it either.
And then, one of the other things the problem that I have with it is that, if they gotta pay you to take it and save your life, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I have a tough time with that. If they wanted to save people's lives, they they don't give away penicillin or they don't give away,
exactly antibiotics,
and they don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about saving people's lives. I promise you that.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is, it's something more than that.
Yeah. And for them to come up with it that quick.
I saw one meme that was really funny. It said, you really think that they could, you think it'll save your life, but if it could, it'd be so expensive you couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? And and that makes sense. Like, they're not going to give away, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the way our world works,
No.
So I don't know.
Population control.
And I think at some point, probably everybody's going to have to take it. Like, there's people in the White House saying, "Oh, you can't see your kids, and if they're not vaccinated, and you shouldn't be able to go anywhere and work." And I'm like, you guys are out of your minds, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. The only way, even to this day, if I knew I couldn't get on a cruise ship, I would have already taken it. Right. I would have already taken it.
Yeah, if I couldn't fly or I couldn't get on a cruise ship, I would probably.
I would because of. I will take that risk because I know I travel.
There's all kinds of stories, and I don't know. Who knows what's real, but people talking about like girls not getting their period anymore, and stuff like
Weird things
that,
happening
and like weird things happening, and the truth is, no matter how you feel about it, there's no way to know the effects of it
at all. And so no
because
one can even say
I
for
mean,
sure. You know what I
we
mean?
are the lab rats at this point. Like we didn't test it on animals, we didn't test it on anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you're right. We didn't have it. And there was no time to test. It was get
Right.
it out, get it
Yeah.
out, get it out. And they had
And
to actually recall the Johnson and Johnson shot because
yeah.
that was killing people.
Yeah.
Like it was killing people. So they shut those companies down.
There's one conspiracy that I heard,
Didn't shut them
and
down, but shut down the factories.
it came from a French article. And I guess back in, I think it was World War II, the French were working on a drug, I guess it's drug, whatever you want to call it, a serum that will shut off certain defenses for certain
Like
diseases.
receptors in your body.
Like for example, if chickenpox, like whatever fights off chickenpox in your body,
Yeah.
like this medicine will shut that off. So if you ever got chickenpox, you would die from it because there's no defense. Your body wouldn't be able to defend it.
Oh, like it'd be white
And
blood cells.
and it would be
Right?
and it was basically coded to certain diseases. Like you might get one for chickenpox, I might get one for the common cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was designed partly for population control.
It's wiping out your immune system.
Right, but it targets certain
Just that.
diseases.
Wow.
Like you if you got chickenpox, you die. If I got the flu, I would die. If somebody else had,
Just a
whatever the
cold.
case may be, yeah,
It means that
a
severe.
cold. But they did all kinds of different, like if you got leukemia, your body would never be able to fight it off. You die. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like just immediately.
So
And
someone's creating that?
it was a big thing. It was in a French paper that they talked about, and they were working on it, I think, during World War II. I don't know whatever came of it, but
Yeah.
Our government and every government around the world, frankly, has these secret things that no one never, never supposed to get out.
Chemical warfare and that
Chemical warfare, stuff like that. And now, they've proven that it was made in a lab.
Yeah.
And Dr. Fauci was on the Senate today, I think, and Rand Paul just wrecks this guy every chance he gets. I don't know if you've ever seen the videos, but he just destroys him every chance.
Fauci was like involved in this shit.
Well, he funded an organization he was part of, funds gain of function research in the Wuhan lab. You know what I mean? And gain of function is you take a virus that basically you change the function of the virus.
Yeah.
Like you take a virus that can only affect animals, but then you change it to where it can now affect people.
Yeah.
And this lab studied that. I mean, it's proven. Every country probably does it. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy, far fetched, but somehow it got out, or on purpose, or whatever,
on purpose.
But somehow it got out, and that's how this all started.
There's even emails that are recorded from him.
Right. There's all kinds of emails. There's all kinds of weird information coming out about it. It's just too early to tell. And most of these people will be out of government and out of any kind of prosecutorial damage, any area where they can be prosecuted.
Yeah.
By the time it ever all comes out, you know what I mean? But I think it'll come out eventually. I think eventually, and a lot of it's already come out. Yeah. I think eventually it'll all come out, and it'll be proven that, whatever the truth is will come out.
Yeah.
It always does. You know what I mean? Like in the end, it always comes out. But it's crazy, man. Like, I don't know. A lot of people take it. A lot of people taking a shot,
I'll wait my time. I mean, I'll probably eventually get it, but it's just not going to be in the next year or two, probably.
I think that, eventually everybody will have to get it.
But the only thing is, like, there's different strands. But the thing is, there's different strands, so you'll never be able to that one shot.
I mean, it's like the flu. There's different strains of the flu, so every flu shot doesn't kill every strain of the flu.
Yeah,
and the flu mutates every year. You know what I mean? Like, so it's always a different strain. It all depends on the severity of the strain that year that lives.
I haven't had a shot since elementary school, so.
I don't ever get the flu shot, but a lot of people do. You know what I mean?
But I know the people that get the flu shot get sick.
But and on the other hand, if I was grossly obese, or if I was 75 years old, or if I had health problems that this could be exacerbated by this, I would probably get it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
at that point, rolling a dice is probably better than not rolling a dice.
Yeah.
But I'm a pretty healthy person overall, and so that's why I roll the dice. But people that have health issues and stuff like that, and that are grossly overweight, and a lot of people that died of COVID were obese. You know what I mean? Like they had diabetes, they had
some ongoing condition,
other outstanding health conditions, and a lot of them died.
Yeah.
So I mean, COVID's probably a real thing. I mean, it's really out there, but
yeah.
And another thing that I look at COVID, and all the heart attacks went away. There was only 1,600 cases of the flu last year. You know what I mean? Like all these things, COVID didn't make the flu go away. You know what I mean? Like people just stopped getting the flu because of COVID. Like I have a problem with the numbers. I have a problem with the way they report the numbers. I have a problem with all that stuff.
Yeah, and I see what you're saying.
And you can call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but that's the numbers are
joking.
Call me a flat earther if you want to, but
yeah, you're more looking like 80-20 now. You know what I mean? But you're on the verge. You're on the verge.
Just because I know the truth now, and my eyes have been opened.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna figure that one out on Monday.
I can't wait. That's gonna be a good one.
I can't wait. I'm gonna go back into David Weiss's app, and I need to do as much research as I can on that, just so I get a better understanding for the things he's going to talk about.
What the really interesting part to me about it is how like the mindset that you have to get there. You know what I mean? Like how like David Weiss has gone a long way to put this together, and he spent a lot.
Oh yeah,
and he's he does all these things. So. But he probably believes it, you know what I mean? For sure. I would assume that he probably believes it. And there's a lot of people out there that do.
Yeah.
Even some famous people come out and talk about, flat earth or whatever. But it's just like alien abductions. You know what I mean? Like you talk to somebody that's been abducted by an alien.
They will fucking
they believe it. You know what I mean? Like they believe it. And whether or not it happened, whether or not it was a dream, whether or not whatever the truth is, they 100% believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they pass lie detector tests. They pass all that stuff.
I wonder if it's ever possible to talk David Weiss to be back into being a glober.
I don't know. He offers a Bitcoin if you can prove the earth is round. Man. But I don't know how you would prove that to him and how.
Because he always has a rebuttal that will.
He definitely has a lot of rebuttals for things for facts that you bring up and stuff.
All right, that's it. I'm phoning Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'd like to use a lifeline.
I want to say, joking. I think that he had talked to or did like a conference or something
with him.
And I think he was there.
Yeah.
Him and
Bill, and he calls him Bill Nye, the guy with the tie.
Bill Nye, the lion guy.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's what it is. The guy with the lion guy with the tie or something like that.
Yep. That's what it is.
It's pretty funny.
But dude, I grew up like Neil deGrasse Tyson has always been an idol for me, and same with Bill Nye. I mean, I grew up watching them. I grew up having things explained in a way, so it's really hard to go from that and then be like, you know what? Cut that off. Hey, what's up? Like I'm believing in flat Earth now. So like, there's always
that's the thing, man. Like, okay, so today's the perfect example. Yeah, he went up in space. What do I keep? Bezos went up in space.
Jeff Bezos,
whatever. He went up in the space. They didn't go like way out in space. They just went up enough to
300,000 feet.
See the curvature of the earth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you talk to people like David Weiss about that, and either A, he didn't go, or B, the earth looked around because of the glass is round or curved. Like he's just got an answer for everything. Whether or not the answer is right, he has an answer for everything.
What I'm
curious to see what he says about the.
I'm glad we have that as a talking point.
Yes, I'm curious to see what he says about the launches of this week and last week.
Because the one thing I noticed too is they said they had GoPro live footage and video of inside the cabin of the capsule. Why didn't we get to see any of that?
It'll probably come out. They probably didn't go. They probably didn't do it live. Like it was probably just recorded.
Maybe, but
again,
is it digital now?
Right.
Is it fake?
Again, you ask questions now. Is it fake? You know what I mean? Can I trust it? Because I don't know. I wasn't there. You didn't, I saw
We
I
see
saw
Jeff Bezos. He's actually floating the capsule, but then the green screen cuts in.
Yeah.
He has wires on him.
There's a video on YouTube, and David Weiss will talk about it.
Yeah.
Is the guy is doing an interview or something, and you can actually see the wires that he's suspended from
No shit, dude.
as he's spinning around.
I'm gonna have to see this.
These videos are on Facebook, and actually, if you go on David Weiss' app,
I'll look for it.
a lot of those videos, I got it. I finally got it to go through.
Oh, nice.
A lot of those videos are on his app because YouTube took a lot of them down.
Oh, okay. So they blacklisted it pretty much.
They blacklisted a lot of it to where you can't.
I'm gonna watch this video.
But I'm telling you, man,
it'll be an interesting episode for people that tune in on Monday. We're gonna post it Monday night.
We'll post it Monday night for sure.
Oh, and we're gonna push that one. It's gonna be a great episode.
Yeah, it's good.
I think it'll be one of my favorite episodes because we finally got like a speaker.
I would definitely check it out on. I would definitely check it out on YouTube because he does a lot of live. He does a lot of visual stuff.
Yeah,
he has props and how he shows everything. And so definitely check it out on YouTube. And while you're there, like our page and subscribe.
I don't think he's gonna like this one.
How did you?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm just joking.
See, now you're just being confrontational, Dick.
Yes, I know. I wouldn't do that to him. But I'll put it in his background.
That would be.
I'm just joking.
I'm gonna put it in your background somehow. I gotta figure out how to do it.
I'm not gonna do it. I'll leave it as the Nerd Informer. I mean,
just halfway through, we both change our background.
12 seconds in, he's already gone. He doesn't want to even speak to us anymore.
User has left the channel.
I'm just hoping that he doesn't have to.
He likes talking to people that believe in the earth is round.
Yes.
So he likes having those conversations. So
he'll like talking to me then.
Right,
I just want to know. I'm really hoping he doesn't reschedule. You know what I mean? So, like so many things going on in life. So like to make time for us to talk at Monday at 5:00. I mean,
right.
And the one thing that sucks is it's at 5:00 and not like 2 because of the storms.
I know. That's one thing I was thinking about the other night. Actually, I'm like, man, if this fucking storms roll through,
yeah,
right then, like, I mean, I don't really have a problem with my internet, but I know that you do sometimes.
I do. My power goes out almost every storm.
Right. It's gonna be me and David Weiss, and I'll put a picture up of you on my mic.
Yeah,
and you'll be there. But
just cut the little line so you can move my mouth talking. Look like the Canadian from South Park. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you got to cut the whole bottom.
No, in half.
Yes, you got to cut it in half.
I'm thinking ventriloquist doll.
Yes, you got to cut it in half, and I'll just move your mouth.
And then you move my head like this. Just fucking.
I am now a flat earther. You convinced me.
Oh my god.
I have been so dumb this whole time.
And he's just like, "This, my job is done," and then he gets off. I have no room to talk.
Oh, you're gonna be talking, all right.
Oh, I'm going to. It's not gonna be me, but I will be talking. Oh
I just dub your voice over everything.
Yep.
I wish
make me sound like very high pitched Canadian.
I wish. Up here in Canada.
Yep. Oh my God.
I wish I was more technical so I could do some of that shit. I can barely turn my fucking computer on.
I'm gonna make you a Canadian.
Just have the whole bottom cut off. That would be so funny.
It'd be fucking hilarious, dude. Gotta do that one, Jamie.
We should have Taylor come on and we'll just put a picture of him in like the 4 square of the Zoom, and then we'll just have them talk to each other.
Yeah, just fighting back and forth.
Oh, you want to be on a podcast? Okay, cool.
Fucking hilarious. Oh my God. But I say we can wrap it up here for the night. I mean, that was a great podcast. I mean, had a lot of topics to talk about and a lot of things coming up. So Sunday we're going to be planning for just doing a straight alien podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of people like watching our alien podcast. We're going to go into details with I kind of want to try to go into different countries that we don't hear of that have them. They're not in the light. YouTube or so we're gonna do a little digging on that. So other than that, we got that Sunday, and we're gonna we need to set up Ian's stream, and then we're gonna be streaming on Twitch. It's a big goal of mine. I mean, I stream regularly on mine, but mine's a different story. I do racing and whatnot, but Well, I'm gonna do this Nintendo Switch and get some good games in.
I'm going to try to get the podcast on there too, so we can
Yeah,
check out the podcast on Twitch too.
rope it all into one.
Yeah.
Other than that, and then Monday we got David Weiss. Really excited for that flat earther that he's going to explain, and he's gonna. I mean, in a Zoom meeting call, he's going to have things to show us and you guys on YouTube.
There's a lot of visual stuff, so yeah, check it out on YouTube and
yeah, we'll definitely have a great time, and we'll see.
Subscribe to the channel and like the channel and all that mess.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
That'll
be
be
a great time. So I hope you guys have a great night. Check us out on YouTube, the Nerd Informers, and check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So you guys have a great night.
Later.
Later, guys.